Hello and happy Friday, everyone. It's another wonderful March Friday, right? We're already in March. We're second week in March. I can't believe it. This year is already flying by. Out here in Southern California, it's at least where I am, it's chilly. It's chilly and it's a little gloomy out. I'm a little worried that it might snow today, but that's neither here nor there. What is here is our wonderful guest today, Mr. Lloyd Baggs. And if you are a guitarist, a fretted instrument player, you probably are familiar with the L.R. Baggs Company. They've been around over 40 years, preamplifiers, guitars, just making instruments sound wonderful. And Lloyd started the company. He has a wonderful philosophy behind it, a history of the company. And we're going to talk to him today about how he got started, where he's going, and what the future lies. And kind of a really unique look at the philosophy behind how he treats his employees, how he treats his customers and musicians, and just a look at everything that's going on in Lloyd's world. And for today's discussion, we have Mr. Bill. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. How are we doing today?
Awesome, man. It's a beautiful day here. It's still a little chilly,
Oh.
but the sky's gorgeous.
So lucky.
is.
That's awesome. It's freezing outside. I dare not go outside without a jacket on because it is just too cold for Southern California.
I have a brother and sister-in-law flying in from South Carolina to be with us for the weekend, and they always laugh when we say, "Oh, it's so cold out here." So he'll probably be in a pair of swim trunks and a tank top for the weekend. And BJ, I always appreciate your introductions, and you say it as though it's a real surprise that I'm here. Everybody's kind of used to
It's
seeing me
Mr.
each
Bill.
week. Look, he's here. Oh wait, he was here last week, and then every other Friday for the last year. Anyway, welcome. Lloyd Baggs, thank you so much
Well,
for
thank
agreeing
you.
to join us.
Pleasure to be here. Thank
Well,
you.
and it was through our Believe in Music Week that I stumbled upon you as a presenter in that program, and I sent you a little note, and you very kindly responded right away and said, "Yeah, I'd love to do this." So here we go. I want to start, Lloyd, by congratulating you. You have a 40-year anniversary of the legendary LB6 acoustic guitar pickup. And I want to share a photo of the pickup with our viewers. And perhaps you could just give everybody a brief rundown of the pickup. How does it work? How did it get you going?
Sure. Well, to tell the story of the LB6, I really need to tell a little bit of my backstory. That'd be all right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So anyway, I started making acoustic guitars in my garage in Berkeley in 1974 as a hobby, and really because I sucked at playing guitar. I loved the blues and jazz, and I tried to play it for a while, and I was terrible. I sucked at it. So
Oh, no.
yeah, so I was trying to. So I wanted to do something, and I love building stuff. So, but while I was sucking at it, there was this guitar store up in Berkeley called Lundberg's. John Lundberg owned it. It was a beautiful store, awesome instruments in there. And so I would go. They had a policy where you could, if you traded your guitar back in, you could trade up for whatever you paid for your guitar.
Hmm.
So, okay, cool. So I was trading up and trading up, and then I was getting a little bored, and I thought, well, I wonder if I could improve this a little bit somehow, because I was pretty handy. And so I'd start like carving braces and stuff like that, and seeing if I could do something, and then I would trade it back in. Sorry, John, if you're listening from anywhere, even up there. I'd trade it back in and get another one and go to work on it, and so that led to me learning how to make a guitar. So I bought some wood and the one book at the time that talked about making guitars, and just kind of went at it in my garage. And I mean, to this day, it's a testament to glue. I used to worry about it exploding like a hand grenade every time I put it together with such force. But anyway, at the time, I was in fine art at the time. I was a fine art printmaker, and I was friends with Ry Cooder through that channel. I worked with an artist that lived across the street from. And so I got to become friends with Ry. So I was about halfway through this first guitar, and just I can remember it like I was still standing at this workbench. I just went, this is it. This is what I want to do with my life. I love this. And Rye is going to own one of my guitars. That was the thought. I said, okay, this is my career. Rye's going to help me. He's going to buy one, and I'm going to be off and running. So I finished that guitar, and I brought it down to Rye's place, and he loved it, and he asked me to build one for him. So okay, great. My career was off and running. So that was guitar number one, but I really had a lot of work to cover. So I didn't deliver a guitar to him until number six. And but in that time, I had been offered a job in Los Angeles as a master printer of this one litho workshop. And so I wanted to be closer to the musicians. So I took that job, moved down, got a loft in downtown Los Angeles, set up my workshop, and got, just basically put my business together while I was building guitars. And finally, guitar number six came along, made that for Rye. Rye loved it. He used it on flashes, on jazz, on his jazz album.
Mm-hmm.
About half the cuts on his jazz album or that. And so anyway, he and I would be hanging out. And so he'd be always coming over with these contraptions he wanted me to put in this guitar to amplify it. And he had this rack of equipment the size of a small refrigerator. And I can remember to this day him just swearing about it and at it. And so we would be putting microphones and magnetic